Surprise. Yeah, just got home from work. My work week is done. I work 5 days straight, hellish days in a busy restaurant. Then I take 2 days to myself and to you guys and catch up on all the live streams and chats and all the stuff I've been missing all week. I wanted to go live tonight. I wanted to go live at 8 o'clock. I had a big plan. Much like the mushroom stream, and this is not a growing trend. I'm not just gonna, blue ball you guys and like we're doing this and then pull the rug out. I prayed about it, and I don't think right now is the appropriate time to do a debate on drugs. I want to unite people in recovery. That's kind of been my mission. I know I kind of go overboard with it a little bit. I'm going to get back to the parodies and what this channel is all about. The 100th parody, I'm doing it Wednesday. Yep, it's already ready to film and I'm doing it. So we're going to get back to what this channel's foundation is. But in light of all the stuff going around and me trying my hardest to just fit in with a community that has accepted me graciously, despite the stigma, despite the hesitation, they had no hesitation. The ones that have welcomed me and have been so kind in the chats and been like, yeah, come back around, chat with us. It's really cool. And it's not just the CWC, which I'm still, or CW, I don't even know what that stands for. Chosen one community, I think. Yeah. So, which is one, isn't one with a Z, with a zero? What am I thinking? With an O, not a W? I don't know. But regardless, everyone in that community has been awesome. And a lot of them are recovering. A lot of them are easily triggered. And a lot of them are dealing with drama. A lot of them are dealing with shit that I'm still learning about. So I prayed about it and I was really feeling, you know what, maybe a debate. I had this whole thing planned. I was going to go and talk about caffeine, nicotine, all the little things that are drugs, all the things that we get addicted to. And then I was going to go branch off into what is addiction. We can get addicted to anything. You can get addicted to exercising. I kind of did. You know what? I've started getting addicted to shouting out the community that has welcomed me. I started getting addicted to doing videos. I had the last couple of videos I did those on my lunch breaks at work, wore the eyes to work and everything. And I'm doing that a lot more, wearing my eyes outside this room. Freaks people out. People leave me alone, and I like it. So I wanted to do this whole thing, had it all planned out. It was great in my head. It looked fantastic. This is going to be cool. We're going to unite people, and I needed a good idea for a live stream, so let's do it. I'm getting a little addicted to doing these little shorts and shout outs and all this thing, and I'm thinking that, I got to take a step back from that and focus on my content and just let things be. So here I am live now. Over explaining it, but I changed my mind. God pulled on my heart and was like, you know what, you're these people in this community, they need the love and support of friends and people like you. But starting a debate talking about, what if you're addicted to coffee? Because I like coffee. I know people that drink coffee all the time, and if they don't have it, they're miserable and they better go get it. Okay, that's kind of similar to other addictions, but not quite as intense as the heavier stuff. So I had this whole thing, man. You know what? I'm sorry. It's going to be like the mushroom stream. God pulled on my heart. He's like, you know what? Don't do this right now. So I'm going to go live now at 5:30 and just talk to you for a few minutes. I had a whole intro planned too. It was pretty cool. And I'm going to show it just because I don't want to waste it. And I filmed it, at work before I left. And I'm going to show it just for the heck of it. And I might use part of the intro for future streams, but here it is. Simpire Silly Ass here, flexing for you in front of the dumpster that is my life. We like to have a lot of fun on this channel. If you watch my videos, you know that. Watch my videos. We're going to go live in a few minutes. And in light of all of the stuff happening, I want you all to remember one thing. And yeah, I'm going to beat that dead horse again because it's very important. Tonight's a debate. Tonight, I want everyone to bring their A game. I want you to wear your hate helmets, and I want you to bring your butter knife so you can slather on that love butter all over that hate toast. These analogies doing anything for you? Yeah. So, we're going live, and I want everyone to do one thing. Keep one thing in mind. Respect. Everyone who is here in chat, on panel, watching, is at a different place, has different triggers, is at a different point in their recovery or active addiction journey. We're not here to judge. We're here to spread love. We're here to discuss. We're here to learn, and we're here to teach. And we're here to be a family. Degenerates, welcome home. Yeah. So I just got done throwing that intro together and just exported it. And as I was watching it back, that's when I was feeling that pull from God. Like, talk to me, buddy. Wait a minute. And you know what? He's right. God's always right. And so instead, I wanted to show the intro anyway, just because I didn't want to waste it. So that's what it was going to be. And it's not going to be that. Someone will go live tonight, and I'll be there. And I'll be in your chat, and we'll be hanging out. But I'm not going to do mine tonight. So for the few minutes that I have you all watching, and I'm sure a lot of you will catch this replay because it's going to be short. This video will only be maybe 10 minutes. I'm not going to address the hate coming at me, but I will acknowledge that I have seen it. I'm not as in the know as a lot of people think I am. I've known people for years. I've not known the community for years. I might have known a few members of the community, but I didn't pay that much attention to it. I only really just talk to people that I know and interact with people. Got a busy life. Even back then I did. And it's even busier now. So don't give me so much credit when you say, no, you know, I probably don't. And I probably don't care. You know, all I care about is the cool people that like me and that I like them. That's all, you know. And if you're dealing with stuff, I'm dealing with it with you because you're my friend, and friends deal with things together. So if anyone comes at you, I got your back. In the future, from going forward, all the stuff in the past, I don't care. And all the hate coming at me right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I've seen so much of it coming at me and other people for at least almost 5 years. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a good few years since I started, interacting in live streams and meeting people and growing a thick skin on YouTube. So you're going to get hate back, and I'm sure this is probably giving a lot of people, not a lot of people, maybe only a couple of people, some more ammunition, some more fuel. They can pick this apart. So, instead of addressing all of it, I'm going to simply acknowledge that, yes, I've seen it. I know it exists. I know it's out there, but it doesn't shake me, and it shouldn't shake you. It shouldn't shake anybody. We're going to get called names. We're going to get called a lot of things. Come on, we did stupid things. We did drugs, hard drugs that could have killed us. I could have killed a lot of people in my car. Yeah, thank God. Thank you, God above, that I'm not that man anymore. I'll never look back. I'll look back and laugh and smile and, hey, you idiot. Yeah, put that bag, put the straw, go put it up there. Sorry if I'm triggering anybody. Do that, you stupid idiot. Do it. I can look back and then say that idiot. Yeah, that's an idiot. I still am. I made a lot of dumb mistakes. So I often get derailed. Welcome to my live streams. Hope it's your cup of tea, because if not, Sharon's going to spill it. Sharon, I hope you go live tonight. She probably will. She's every night, so I'll see her there. But yeah, so we're not going to address it point by point. I think about every point as I'm watching. I'm like, that's not true. Are you kidding? Where'd you get that from? I wasn't even, what? But if I sit here and address it point by point, it's just going to open it up to more videos of, well, really? Is that? And even if I sit and address it, the people that have this stigma about me are just going to look and say he's lying anyway. So what's the point? So let's just laugh it off. And I'm not laughing at, I'm laughing at the hate coming at myself, the hate coming at people I care about, people, I won't mention your names, but you know who you are. People dealing with hate from the same sources coming at me and coming at them. Just brush it off. It's coming from a source that doesn't even, shouldn't even affect anything in our lives. It shouldn't. That type of negative energy has no place in a sober life, in a godly life, it just has no place. But it exists in this world simply because there must be balance. There cannot be good without evil. If there is no evil, then good has no meaning. Good has nothing to stand against. Are you following me? There must be a balance. So let's not give too much fuel and ammunition to the haters. Let's just continue to spread that love. All right, that's a good idea. Let's just change it up, because I know this pisses some people off when I get into the God thing. But you know what? God's been there for me more times than any human being ever has. Human beings who are there for me, I love you. You don't hold a candle to God. Because when I die, I'm going to be spending an eternity with him. Uh, and if some of you crazy fuckers come with me, I'll see you in heaven and we'll rejoice together. And there are no drugs in heaven. You're just on a constant high in heaven. It's great. I know because that's what I believe. I know it because it's blind faith. Call me stupid. I don't care. I'll be laughing from heaven's gates, from the inside. And I'll be wishing that you were there. I don't hate anybody. I'll be wishing you were there with me, and I'm going to try to get you there, all of you. I'm going to try to drag you to heaven with me instead of dragging you down to hell. No, I'm getting off topic. So what I like to do is play this game that I learned in, it had to have been Sunday school church, somewhere along the lines. There was something called Bible roulette, and you just open up a page and just Bible roulette. Just pick the first verse that you see. So I don't know where we are, and let's just see. It's probably going to be something. Go down, sit in the dust, virgin daughter Babylon. Sit on the ground without a throne, queen city of the Babylonians. That's Isaiah 47, the first verse. I'm not going to analyze it, but that's an example of what I do. See, I don't know what that means. It could mean anything. Maybe it meant something to you. Maybe it wasn't even for me. That's the other thing. Maybe it wasn't even for me. So, and that's humbling too, because a lot of times in order to speak through others, in order to speak to others and let God speak through you, you have to humble yourself. And I got a lot of pride. All right. I get a little kick when I do videos. I'll be the first one to admit. I'll address one thing that was said: attention seeker. Why are we on YouTube if we don't want attention, if we don't want our videos to get views and our message to get out there? Each of us have a different message, but at the same time, we all want to get our message out there, or else why even have a channel? And as far as seeking attention from others, yeah, I want attention from good people, from good supportive people. What's wrong with that? So yeah, Sharon, I want your attention. Courtney, I want your attention. Nubz, I want your attention. Dom, I want your attention. Ryan's another one. I'm trying to name I was going to name every YouTuber. There's too many. The community, my greater community is like 4 different, there's CWC, there's the Nubz and the Paranormal, there's Ryan and the Monster, the Cryptids and that crew. They blend with Nubzy. Everyone just blends and it's this melting pot. Murka. And that's what's so great about YouTube. That's the great thing about it, is that you can have little communities, and then when you meet someone from another one and then you introduce them. I had someone ask me in my comments, well, who's this Nubz guy? Man, wait till you meet Nubz. Wait till you get to know Nubz. If you come into my community and you'll get to know Nubz, then you'll start visiting his lives, and I'll be there. And you'll see part of my little YouTube world. So now it's time I said I'd go 10 minutes. We're already at 14 almost. And 14 viewers. Awesome. Thank you guys. That's great. It's I didn't expect a big turnout because it's way early in the day, and I'm sure that people got things going on. People are still leaving work. I just happened to get out early, which is cool. So let's address the chat. Cort is here. Hey, Cort. Hey, girl. How you doing? You all right? I hope your phone's all right, because I can't get a hold of you. And you mentioned, well, I won't. No, talk to me. We'll talk privately. But check in with me. Hope you're all right. Kitty Gang K. There's a lot of kitties. I know Kitty Gang K. I know Kitty 11. Kim is here. Hey, Kim. Tell me what hate. I'll tell you privately. Email me. I'll tell you privately. It's nothing I'm going to address publicly. But yeah, when you bring love, you get into a community such as the CWC. Is that right? OW. I worked for a company called OWC, so I might transpose those a little bit. But CWC. When you get into that community, I didn't know what I was getting into, but oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna go in there and spread love. You're still gonna get hate. There's nothing you can do about it. So best thing you can do is what I said before. If you missed it, rewind. So yes, Kim, what hate? Not a lot, but enough to where I feel obligated to let everyone know that I'm not an idiot and I am watching it. But am I going to address every point of it? No, it's pointless. For all the reasons I said before. So moving on to the chat. Terry's here. Weed is all you need. Yeah. See, I was going to get into that too, because I support people who smoke weed as a way to get off of heroin. I support people who smoke weed as a way to cope with anxiety. So I was going to talk about all these things tonight. But I have a lot of friends who are sensitive to drug talk in general. Not saying everyone in CWZ, but people I know in general, the drug things that I'm doing, it's not just for CWC, guys. It branches out to other communities that you don't even know, other people that watch my stuff that you don't even know. So don't think that I'm, just labeling everyone in CWC. No, because there's a lot of people in CWC that have never touched a drug. It just happens to be a lot of them come together because, and that's how I found them, and that's not how I found them, but that's why I gravitated to them when I found them, was because they're all at different places. They're all in every step that I was in at some point, and some of them are in steps that I haven't even been in yet. And that's exciting. And there you can relate to people, and you can bond with people, and you can share your stories. And that is what it's all about. And if one, I'll say it again, if one person watches this stream, one person, and decides, you know what, I don't need to use today. God spoke through him and touched my life, and I'm not going to use tomorrow either. I'm going to go hit up the methadone clinic, and I'm going to start this recovery thing and take it seriously. I'm going to do it right. If one person makes that decision because I did a live stream and talked about it, then it's all worth it. All the hate was worth it too. It's all worth it. So I don't care if I annoy the crap out of you people watching. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to do the songs and the music and the stuff that's what this channel is all about. And the next live stream, it probably won't be a drug topic. I feel like I'm beating this topic into the ground, but I'm so gracious for meeting all of these drug addicts, and we're all drug addicts for life, recovering for life. That's what they teach us. And I'm so gracious for meeting all of them that I want to keep supporting you guys. I want to tell you, I want to give you those messages of hope. Like, it's okay if you use today, and like I said that in the intro, I think if you use today, still come around, you're not going to get any judgment. You're going to get a lot of people that don't like that you still use, or that you're still struggling. They don't understand. They weren't there. And if they were there and they do understand because they used to struggle and they're recovering, then they should just shut their mouth because you know better. You were there. Don't judge people for any walk of life that they're in, or any walk of recovery that they're in, So getting back to okay, so I was mentioning everyone in the chat, but I wasn't reading any of the messages. I'm sorry, guys. I do this. So we'll wrap it up in a few minutes. I slept on today. Good for you, Cort. Yes, good for you. And you know what? That's one thing that when you're in recovery, and in Cort's new, this is public information. Cort's new in recovery, and everyone has been so incredibly supportive of her. Amazing. And let's call out the elephant in the room. Yeah, I flirt with Cort a little bit. Oh well, but I don't know. I'm embarrassing myself. See, I never get embarrassed. I never get tripped up. Cort, you do that to me. Shut up. So, good for you. Yeah, when you're in active recovery, sleeping is so very important. I missed meetings in rehab because I needed to sleep, and they understood. Yeah, so sleeping is hard when you first get back on the wagon. Oh, see, she already knows. I didn't even. Yeah, exactly. It's hard when you get back on the wagon. So I'll shut my phone. Oh, don't disturb when I finally catch. I get it. Okay, well, thank you for explaining that. I understand. I was just worried that I would say, is she okay? Because anytime any one of my friends doesn't hit me back, and then they might be on, they're just brand new recovering, I get that freak out, And people have done that to me. But you want to hear a story? All right, we might go for a little bit longer. I'm going to tell you guys a story that's really, it's the story of when I was still using, and I've forgotten all about this. And it doesn't pertain to anybody specifically who's watching, but it deals with my father. My father was a drinker. No, my father. That was probably the worst. I wasn't even watching myself. It was probably the worst impression ever. So my father, he's been in and out of my life since my parents divorced when I was 8 or 9. And he's been in and out, and so he knew about he picked me up on my first DUI. He picked me up from jail, bailed me out, picked me up that night, and drove me back home to my then wife, Leanna. And they were pissed. I was still high, I was still fucked up. I went into my room, shut the door, and so that was when my father, who was barely in my life for the past 20 years, That's when my father knew about my addiction. He found out that day. He didn't know. And the first time I'd seen him in 2 years is when he's picking me up from jail. So my father has a big heart, much like I do, okay? And there was one day, so we started hanging out a little bit and trying to rectify things a few years ago. And I was still actively using, but I was clean for a couple months. And I wanted people to believe in me. I was doing really well. Well, I started hanging out with him again. We would watch horror movies at night. I would go over his house. Well, it was a Saturday night, and I was supposed to go over there, but I'd had a couple beers with my friend earlier, and I fell asleep. You know, I had like maybe 3 beers, and I fell asleep, and I woke up about 11 o'clock Saturday night, and I was supposed to go over there like 7. I was like, oh, crap. And I knew my father worked Sunday morning. So the next morning, I know he has to go to work. So I don't want to bug him. So I'm thinking, I'll just call him in the morning. I missed it. He's going to be let down, you know? Well, he knew that I could potentially still be using. So I was completely naked, not even wearing socks. And I was sleeping. It was warm out, you know, so I was sleeping naked in my bedroom. And I hear a pounding on the door and burst open through the door, through my front door in the living room, down the hall. I'm like, what the? So I jump up. I'm like, what is going on? I bust out the door, still completely naked. And I see a guy, plainclothes officer. I didn't know he was an officer at the time. Plainclothes officer. It's one of my dad's friends, standing there with his gun in his holster. And he wasn't grabbing it, but he was like, put some pants on. What are you? I'm like, who the fuck are you? Get out of my house. I was freaked out. He's like, your father's here. He's worried about you. You didn't show up last night. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house, dude. Get out. I don't care who you are. Get out. I was pissed. And my father and my stepmother, which is my father's not new. They've been married for 20, 30 years now. But my father's wife, second wife, my stepmother, she was there too. And she said, we'll find out if you're using. We'll find out if you're still. I'm like, look at my eyes. You kidding me? It's been 2 months. I drank 3 beers yesterday. I'm an open book. I'll tell you anything. Yeah. So my father and I haven't hung out since. And that was 2017. Yeah. So I used heroin for another 2 years after that. I think I was clean for another couple of weeks, and then I went back onto it until 2020, January 8th, when I quit completely, quit for good. So there's that little story. I hope that at least entertained you, because I can look back now and laugh, but it freaked me out. My wife was not home at the time. My ex-wife, she was in the Philippines. She was visiting family. So there was no one even, I was in the house alone. I forgot to mention that. So I called her immediately. Said, would you believe what my dad just did? She's like, well, you can't really blame him. And that's what that's a whole different live stream. That's one of the things that her and I didn't see eye to eye on, because she never supported. She always saw the other side. It's like, well, think about, maybe you did something. She played devil's advocate all the time. And I'm like, can't you just for once say, you know what, honey, that was fucked up. I'm sorry you went through that. I support you. I was always like, well, maybe you should, your father had a point. He was just worried about it. He scared the shit out of me. Can you just like tell me for once, like be on my side, So yeah, we went through that whole thing. So there's a nice little story for you. So let's get into reading the chat. January 8th is Elvis' birthday. Oh, no way. Cool. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Elvis. I wrecked my car on your birthday, buddy. We can't blame you for flirting. Courtney is lovely. Yes, Elliot, thank you. She is lovely. Yeah, I have to. Courtney's watching, and Courtney is I don't want to say very early, because she's doing fantastic. She's early in her recovery. And the most important thing for her right now is getting the sleep, having supportive friends and people to build her up, people who are also in recovery, like myself, and uplifting and supporting. And I have a responsibility to do that. So yeah, I do flirt. Yeah. And can you blame me? No, of course not. Look at her. Come on. But she's early in recovery, and that's very important. It's a very important thing for someone in early recovery to focus on, is their recovery. So I got to be responsible. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here, but I have to be responsible and really encourage everybody in recovery and do what I've set out to do on this channel, especially now that I've met so many wonderful people who are now watching me. I have a platform of 11 of you right now. There were 14. We lost a few. Wow, almost a half hour. See what happens? I say I'm going to go for 10 minutes, and I never shut up. So I hope I haven't annoyed all of you too badly, but I'm not going to do the debate tonight. It doesn't feel right. So instead, I'm just going to support and I'm going to focus on the next couple of days on the 100th parody. It's a double feature and it's good. I hope it's good. I hope you like it. And that's it. So everyone in the chat, thank you for chatting. Thank you for subbing. Elliot says, I'm sub. Let's just go real quick, fly through it. Can't blame you for flirting. Yep, said that one already. I'm scrolling backwards. So Tyler's here. I want to mention everybody's names because Dom is here. Dom knows Nubby. So if you're asking who Nubz is, talk to Investigation 13. Talk to Tyler. They all know Nubz. They're part of that other community. And that's what I mean. It's a melting pot. Kitty Gang K is here. She says, hi, sweetie, to Elliot. Elliot is cool. Is Elliot? I can't see your picture. Are you? You're a girl. Okay. I wasn't sure because Elliot can be boy or girl. But I do remember you. Yes, I do remember you now. Kim Unearthed is here. God is good all the time, Kim. All the time is God good. The only time God is not good to you is when you are not opening up and receiving and being receptive of that goodness. And it can seem like you've been abandoned, but we have that pesky gift called free will. So God doesn't abandon us, but he lets us do our thing. Because if not, we'd be robots. I mean, would you rather have that? I wouldn't. So that's it for the chat. Marianne is here. She's the first one to comment, to chat. She's awesome. Marianne is a big supporter. You all are big supporters, but I got to say Marianne's awesome. She's been really great in the comments and really supportive. And especially when I do my little shorts and stuff and do lives and talk about but not talk about the hate. So yeah, I'll say it. You know who you are, and you're watching this right now, and I don't hate you. And I'm really, really, really sorry that we cannot resolve this. I never had hate for you. I never attacked you, and I never will. I don't care how often or how much you attack me or retaliate. There's no retaliation. There's nothing to retaliate to right now. And you may still choose to do so, and that's okay. But don't pick apart too much about my presence in the community. Try not to, because you're gonna drive yourself nuts because you're giving me way too much credit. A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I didn't know half of you guys. I knew some people from years ago, and I honestly forgot. I've known Survivor Girl, UFO guy, something. I remember the name, but it's killing me, man. I don't remember. It's been so long. Plus, you got to remember, this is an addict brain that's still recovering, that still smoked weed for a little while before I gave that up almost a week ago. You know, so this brain is muddied with drugs for years. So don't think that my memory is that great, because it sucks. And there's no ulterior motive here. And you're going to see that in time. There's no ulterior motive here. I'm not going around stirring the pot. I'm dipping my toes in. Big on the analogies today. Huh? So that's it for chat. That's it for this. I will see you all in chat somewhere. And I'll see you for the 100th parody premiere. I'm going to premiere it. Just let me film it and sing it and try to sing well. And by the way, I will address this. I can't sing. That was for one of my exes. It just so happens that a couple other people also said it. So I'm lumping everyone into that. But that was really for my ex, because it's a big, like, F you, you know? Yeah, I can. Am I Frank Sinatra? No. Am I Josh Groban? Hardly. But I have fun singing. And it doesn't annoy people to the point where they're like, just stop. I had one person say stop, but they had a point. It was a really bad cover. It was really bad. It's privated now. It was so bad. They were like, bro, stop. And he had a point. She's not worth it. That's right, crazy Cort. At least, yeah, she knows. That's right. Yep. Thanks for the view. That's right. Bye, everyone. All right. Yep. Take it easy, Cort. I will see you somewhere. And that's it. Yeah. Spread the love. And I'll see you around. Someone go live. I love you all.